Hello there friends and welcome! Today we have some very exciting news for Baldur's Gate 3 as we just got a new and quite big patch, patch number 5, with many fun new changes and additions, and of course the classic bug fixing, performance improvements and so on. And I'll guide you through what I find to be the most important changes, especially gameplay wise. With the classic nerfs and buffs. For starters we have two new gameplay modes, Honor Mode and also Custom Mode. Honor Mode is essentially the same as the classic Ironman from other games, that is, you only have a single save file and if your entire party is defeated in combat, your run will end, so good luck, you'll have to restart from the beginning again. Nothing like permadeath, right? But it's not just about permadeath, because it also enhances the difficulty of the game, as I know a lot of players found Tactician Mode to be quite lacking. For starters, you have stronger bosses with new abilities and legendary actions, and even stricter rules, with penalties to action economy and also damage bonuses. Now of course, because the patch just released, I can't exactly tell you 100% what these new changes bring to the game as far as the difficulty, but as I get around to playing it, I'll be sure to cover it, no doubt. It's definitely a very nice new addition to BG3. And as far as custom mode, you can of course fully customize your experience, including even the ability to make it into but a single save file, just like Ironman or Honor Mode. But for most of the other changes, it seems to be mostly the choice between normal, explorer or tactician modes, such as enemy aggression, character power, enemy loadouts, additional combat mechanics, but you can of course also change proficiency bonuses for less RNG, the ability to have free first strike ambushes, even item prices when buying from merchants. Amusingly enough, multi-classing as well. I'd rather have more classes however. While custom mode is fun enough for the freedom it gives you, I still think Honor Mode is definitely the best new addition. Now for the gameplay and balance changes. Wild shapes that do not have weapons will now benefit from having the Tavern Brawler feat. The main issue with the Tavern Brawler feat before this patch is that while it did work for a wild shape, you would only get the extra bonus added to your attack rolls, not to your damage, which of course has been fixed. So now your wild shapes will deal even more damage. Just note that some of the forms, especially the elemental ones, because they carry weapons, they won't benefit from Tavern Brawler, besides the Earth Elemental. On another note, it does seem like this now procs on multiple instances of damage, such as the extra thunder damage from the, well, Earth Elemental. I kinda smell a nerf coming, might as well take it while it's hot. And for a more fun change, in Tactician mode, the hag can no longer be killed by being pushed into the void. She can cast magic after all. Well, I mean, maybe she has feather fall or teleportation. Fixed Assassin's Alacrity. Assassins get their action back on the first turn of combat. This is actually huge. After all, who doesn't want more actions? And certainly works as a way of making the assassin class even better. After all, the first turn of battle, the so-called Alpha Strike, is what really counts for ensuring your victory or spelling your demise. And one action can always translate into multiple attacks. Attacks against paralyzed or unconscious targets will no longer automatically hit, but any hit will do critical damage. Kinda strange because, well, if the enemy is paralyzed, I imagine it wouldn't be hard to hit them at all, it's like hitting a statue. But okay, I guess in 3rd edition D&D it wasn't like this, but in the 1st and 2nd Baldur's Gate, if the enemy was frozen in place, you'd absolutely get automatic hits. Battle Master maneuvers now correctly add your proficiency bonus to the DC. Great as well because they were stuck with rather low DCs otherwise. Half-Orc's Savage Attacks passive now also applies to offhand weapons, great if dual wielding, as it is one of the strongest ratio features, especially with how high you can increase your critical chance with gear bonuses later in the game. Fixed an issue with the Tavern Brawler feat where damage bonuses were being incorrectly applied multiple times while making a throwing attack. Well, as far as I've tested, and you can see the new footage here, this isn't exactly a nerf or anything, you can still deal quite high damage with throwing attacks, especially because of Tavern Brawler, of course. no matter if you are at the early parts of the game, and of course, it only gets better and better from there. You can no longer lose the entire inventory of unconscious traders. Instead, you have access to a limited selection as with dead traders. Disappointing. I always preferred RPGs where if you kill the trader, you just loot everything. Because why not, right? They're dead. It's not like there isn't more OP stuff in the game anyways. Char is now aware of Shadowheart's actions even if she is using Disguise Self. This is actually funny because she is a goddess after all, but okay. Aspect of the Chimp will now only blind the target on a failed dexterity saving throw. Very disappointing in my humble opinion. This was a new addition in the last patch where it would automatically blind enemies. And well, kinda ruined the idea I had for a new barbarian food fight cooking build, where you throw food to automatically blind enemies, which is no longer possible. Dipping weapons in toxin puddles makes attacks toxic for only 10 turns, rather than until long rest. Also a rather big nerf, after all, long rest is long rest. But at the very least you can pre-buff with this before battle, because 10 turns is a good enough amount. The creatures summoned with the Conjure Woodland Being, the Dryad and Woodwold, are now capable of jumping. This is a very welcome addition, and I actually had requested it as far as the first patch, I believe, so it's nice to see it being added. Both the Dryad and the Trent are amazing summons, but the main issue with them is that they could get stuck in some map areas, especially because of the fact they couldn't jump. No longer, however. Perma-burning weapons can no longer be coated in other substances. In short, no double dipping. Frankly, it already worked this way before for some gear. For example, if you had the classic Prologue Burning Greatsword, and also one of my favorite amulets, as you might know, Broodmother's Revenge, well, you couldn't stack the extra poison damage on hit from Broodmothers with the burning damage from the sword. I guess now it's just for more weapons. The Lucky Feat now works even while players are polymorphed or wild-shaped, also rather nice. Starting combat by spending resources while in turn-based mode will now properly subtract the resource just like in real time. Also an important change because, well, you can't really ambush enemies as good as before, since it will cost you an action anyways that won't be refreshed once battle starts. And well, as far as the rest of the changes is mostly the classic bug fixes and improved performance and optimization changes, which are always welcome, of course. Well, so this was it for my BG3 patch 5 video. If you think I missed a nice enough change, please be sure to comment down below. Also to like and subscribe to the channel if you can. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you for watching and see you next time, friends.